everybody? This is your girl Sherez Miller for the culture. Fat Fool is not here, but we miss you, brother. Anyways, on to recent current things. We have some special guests with us today. Right over here to my right, I have
Inno Combs.
And then to my left, I have
Terence T. Rocker.
Alrighty. So we're gonna get into it. So matter of fact, how everybody doing today?
We're doing excellent. We're excited.
I'm doing super fantastic. I'm feeling juicy right now.
Juicy?
I'm feeling juicy. Tyler juicy.
What's been going on for you right now? Like, in the last, let's say, because it's 2018 almost over.
Mm-hmm.
So how has your 2017 been? Like, how has this year been for you as an artist?
2017 has been sexy. It's been a growth for me. I've been interacting with a couple of stars. I've been able to rock a couple of stages.
Okay.
I've been blessed to be able to travel outside the country and tour in different countries like UK, Spain. So 2017 has just been a big blessing. I loved it. It's a beautiful year.
Okay. And you said sexy.
I look forward. Yeah, I say sexy because the people that I've been able to encounter with and be around. It's just so beautiful. It's like a small, it's caramel. I don't know what to call it.
So like you said, you performed out of the U.S. How was that experience? Like that whole.
Woo! It was a good experience, especially for being an independent artist. First time going overseas. I've never been outside of the country that far, so for me to realize that I had to, when I went to UK, in America we call a toilet. Over there, when we look for the restroom, we say restroom. Over there, they say where's the toilets. When we call an elevator, they call a lift. So it's like the language is a lot different, the culture is a lot different over there. When I was about to walk. When I was touring with some people out there just walking outside with a bear walking down the street, it's like, wow, you could do this over here. So it was like the culture there is a lot different from America, but it was a fun experience, and it showed me what it's like, with the time zone difference to have to actually come from one place to another spot. When I got off the plane going to the hotel, it was so quick. Everything just happened so fast. You had to just be ready at all times. But I stay in the zone.
All the time.
Yeah.
And did you go overseas as well?
I wasn't able to make it. It was a last minute booking, but I was overseeing all the details, making sure we had the flights booked, the hotels reserved, everything like that, making sure he's meeting with quality people out there.
Okay.
Did a lot of fact checking before we went out there while he was there to make sure he's guided into the right direction.
And I want you to really share with people exactly what you do.
Okay, cool. I do management and marketing for Inno Combs and another artist as well, Sick Day up in St. Louis. So what I do, I just do a lot of marketing for online campaigns and then find opportunities for them to expand out performing or recording music with other artists and connecting with people in the city.
Okay.
Or around the world.
That's what's up. You just said a lot. So I know you do a lot. You love. So my question is for you to be his artist, right? And for you to be the one are you making the moves or are y'all working together or is it what is that relationship? How does that work?
Well, we play off of each other. So of course, we're working together. We both make moves on our own right, and then we just come together to make sure it's the right decision for us to move forward as a team.
I think we complement each other very well because when I went to Texas, I went out there for the South by Southwest, and I was out in the street moving, but he was working the back end. So if I meet a DJ or if I connect with somebody, I'll shoot him their email, their contact. He'll be emailing my records over. He'll be researching them to know who I'm in front of, who I'm talking to, and he'll pretty much fact check them, make sure all right they're not, they are who they say they are, or if they just fluffing the puff. So
I do a lot of background checks.
That's good though.
Like online surfing, make sure they're the right people, the right affiliation, make sure you're not trying to pull a fast one on them.
Okay, that's good because it's a lot of artists got real easy. They just, because they're giving their stuff out, boom, to anybody, everybody, and the game is grimy.
Yeah, I've experienced, but the best thing you can do is trust your inner wisdom in your gut, and just have a strong air and patience. I think that's the best thing for anything, you know. A lot of people, they just want to rush into it and then they figure out, man, I made a bad move. But ain't a bad move, it's never really a bad move, it's just a learning experience. If you look at it, if it's a bad move, then you dwell on it, that's it, you know.
Right.
So.
Now what got you into music? Like, what made you was like, I'm pretty good at this. Like, I can actually do this for real. Like, because it is a difference. So you just doing it, and then you find like, like, I think I can actually do this and make some money off of it. Like, you know.
Yeah. I fell in love with the industry. I fell in love with spitting rhymes. I fell in love with, you know, the connection that I get from the people. When I get on stage, it's just beautiful. I grab a mic, I do my thing. I don't really pre-plan anything or nothing like that. And then when I get on stage, they're just like, that was amazing. Oh my God, I love you so much. I love that feeling. I love to, you know, express myself through the music, express myself through the art. So ever since then, I just rock and roll through music. It's been a childhood thing. So I was on stages, you know, got standing ovations on, what's it called? Those talent shows and stuff, yeah. And I was forced into a rap battle too, and I had to defend myself. So
they was like, we're gonna push you to the edge. You're gonna swim today.
Yeah, so I got inspired by the big time artists, and I said, I want to do this for a living. Mm-hmm.
I feel you. And like, what made you want to be like, to actually be a manager? Because, you know, that's not an easy role. Like, I don't think people really realize that, because you have to deal with not only being speedy, but you got to be on your P's and Q's. You have to know how to network with people, how to talk to people, especially on a business level. And, you know, also, you got to communicate with your artists, because I know me as an artist, I'm like, I ain't doing that, or like, I want to do that, or you know what I'm saying? And the rest is like, no, like,
you get a lot of that.
You have a lot of conversations like that.
You get a lot of that.
It's a lot. I gotta motivate or kind of interpret how it can benefit him in both parties and stuff like that. It's like, oh, don't trust this, do that. I know you want to do this, wait on doing this. It'd be better if we wait on it. And then it'll be a lot better when he comes forward and stuff like that. But what made me get involved, I used to be an artist years ago, a long time ago, and I just had a passion for music and marketing. And then actually, my friend Inno Combs, we were best friends as well, he never had a representation at all. You know, he just recently got back into the game. I was like, okay, well, let's just move forward and see what happens. And make it happen.
Yeah, actually, he did his thing back in the day before he started off as an artist himself. And he was interviewing a lot of people in the game. He was interviewing Murphy Lee, like the St. Lunatics, before they were big. You know, like all these people inside St. Louis, and he was showing me stuff that he did, and then we became good friends. And then, you know, from there, I seen his work ethic, and then we got back into the music, and I was like, yo, you gonna manage me? He just naturally has it, you know, that gift.
That's what's up.
He picked up on it and just ran with it. So I was like, you know.
So how did you guys meet? How did you guys like link up? And then was like, hey, like, this could work. Like, because, you know, another thing, you know, I know people don't, I know because I'm an artist myself. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you have to have the right compartments to your boat. You know what I'm saying? To get you to where you need to go. So you got to have, like, that right manager flow, along with having the brother here that help you heal, you know, your people, how your team is set up. How did y'all link up and like, boom, you on the team?
Well, when we first linked up, I was doing a show at BB King's. That's how we really connected to start our friendship. As far as musically, he heard my records. He saw how I rocked the house at BB King's, and then we, you know, got to grow that friendship over the time. But you had to grow trust first and see loyalty. And then I was also inside of a bad contract during the time, and he was one of the people who went over the contract and realized, oh man, they played you here, they played you there, they played you there, and they played you there. So I was like, how do I get unplayed, you know? So we stuck together and we worked through getting through that contract, and then I seen how he was able, if he didn't know something, he finds he finds the knowledge that he needs to make it happen. So I seen how he moves and what he does, and I was like, you know what, this is not God I have to call in the middle of the night, say, are you doing this, are you doing that? He just naturally does it. So I have to naturally just be me, you know. That's the cool thing. Like when I did the whole skit with Fat Boy SSC, that's the man that set it up, you know. So me and Fat Boy got together and we made that happen. You know, he's the one who set up the whole thing when I did the whole Little Yachty performance that I killed inside Texas. So I give him all the applause and good graces to that. You know, I'm here right now, you know, because of him. So he's always constantly working, and I have a strong trust in him. So it's a strong foundation, and it's built over time.
Bring real managers back, because you know managers get a bad rep in the game.
Oh, yeah,
They do, because you know a lot of artists they don't. Sometimes they get managers that they already had red flags from, and then they sit a bad taste in a lot of artists' mouth. But when you get a really good manager, like, and they on their shit, that's when you really be moving. Like,
oh, we can say shit on the show? I didn't know we could curse.
Yeah, this is like online, so you can say whatever you want.
Oh, I can curse.
It's not censored.
Because normally I'm actually good
I got
at
that out of
it.
my system.
Normally I used to have a potty mouth, so.
Right.
But no, like, you know, we were just talking about this, like, I was talking about this like 2 weeks ago, like, just managers and, you know, I don't know, for me, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a stoner, loner, I be doing my shit and getting shit, but, you know, they really push you, like, they really be making some moves, so I respect that.
Thanks. It's just a lot of research and development. That's all.
2018. What y'all got popping for 2018?
Ooh, we got a sexy deal on the table. I don't really want to talk about it right now. But you know, it's fat. It's fatter than me. It's fatter than Fat Boy. So I guess you know, like let's see what happens when it goes through, and then you know we plan on hitting more times out of the country, hitting more states in the United States. You know, hitting bigger places and networking on a bigger scale. So that's what's
definitely
the
plan.
Definitely
Collabing with some artists overseas in the works right now, shooting videos overseas, going back overseas.
Yeah, I did to come back to Spain and UK a couple of times.
And working out Australia too. Strongly. So.
See, I'm trying to get on that way. You know, I do soul music. And they love that shit over there. They love like soul music, and I do like neo soul and shit. So like.
So what inspired you then?
Yeah.
What inspired me?
What started your career?
I mean, when I was young, I was put into a performing arts school.
Okay.
So I mean, from the age of like 5, I was like literally, I would be crying because I had to go to the ballet class. But you know, I did like ballet. I did all these different type of dance. I did acting. I played I was starting to play the drums, instruments, and stuff like that. I did all of that pretty much. And then like when I got into high school, I stopped. I just stopped.
Why you stopped?
You know, I just got into high school, and then the performing arts school that I was going to got closed down. And then I did chorus all the time. And then one of my homegirls inspired me to write. So like 10th grade year, I started writing. And then she was like, hey, can you sing that, what you've been writing? And I'm like, okay. So I'm singing it. She's like, you need to sing your own songs. And I was like, nah. And then when I turned about 19 is when I met like my mentor, and he showed me like, no, you need to do this shit like seriously. Like you got this. And so once I really like just start fucking with it, and I used to just sit in the studio and mixing and, you know, just doing shit.
You know what I'm saying? We might have to set something up, you know, make something happen.
Yeah,
definitely.
You might have to set something. You got that flavor. Let's make that happen. You know.
Definitely, I'm all about cooperation. I want to be like Prince. I want my whole house to be studios.
There you go.
I want like 6 of them bitches. Like, give me 6.
You know, when I started, I think I started when I was young in middle school. I started rapping. So when I was in elementary, I used to actually draw. I drew a bunch of clothing. And,
oh wow!
I remember I was one of those kids that was just always entertaining the class. Like I messed up a couple of times, so I got my butt whooped for it daily from my parents. But I wasn't able to listen to hip hop growing up. I got my ass whooped for just saying the word nigga. Like, I remember my dad was like, because I heard it in the Jay-Z song back in the day, my cousins was like, you don't know who Jay-Z is? And I was like, no. They expected me to know who this guy is. So I remember, what's my mother? And then, Jigga, you know, as I was on that song, and I actually got a whooping for that. So Jigga owed me some money for getting ass whooping for not saying his song. He told me nigga. So anyway, I ended up going to Florida, and that's when I was pushed into my first rap battle after my older brother, who passed away many years ago. He used to bump a lot of DMX and stuff like that. So I would always just listen to the music. But I loved it, but I knew I couldn't. I was a little kid. I wasn't able to go buy a CD or a cassette tape during the time. So when I got out here, I was just pushed into a battle, and I just started eating this dude up that just started rapping up against me, because he was like, oh, you freestyle? He came up to me like, yo, dog. You know what I mean? That's how he talked to me down south. And I was from up north. I was like, yo, son, I don't know what you calling me a dog for. Why you keep calling me a dog?
That sound like
the slang was crazy. So we ended up battling, and I mean, the crowd went berserk at the school. And ever since then, I was like literally late to every class, always rapping, always freestyling, always battling. You know, I set up like the 8th grade dance. I went ahead and rocked the house on that, and I just kept running with it from high school and on. Then started going downtown into the streets, pushing my music, selling CDs during the time, putting MySpace links and autographing it. I'll try to sell I'll averagely sell 100 CDs a night. Like, I used to literally sell 100 CDs a night. But see, the other dude was selling they for 5. I was selling mine for 2. So I knew that I would go quicker because nobody knew who I was. And then sometimes, you know, I seen people, they already come and they're like, oh, can you put the headphones on to play it? I'm like, dude, why don't you just bring a box with the batteries in it during the time and have the music already playing? So people be like, yo, that's you? And I'll be like, yeah. And they'll just buy it like that. So I have people shoot me 5, 20. They like, yo, why you selling this for $2? You should be selling it for more. And I'm like, well, you know, I'm like, but if you want to shoot me more, no problem. You know?
Hey, you can sell.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
So I was able to start making the money I needed to pay for studio time, do all these things. But I went through my ups and downs. I've been robbed of all my studio equipment. You know, I lost a lot of things in order to keep coming back. I had to bounce back. I fought cancer. I was able to meet Ace Hood before Ace Hood was on, you know, when he first signed with Khaled.
Wow.
I was on the show where I met him. They used to call it Chocolate City Live back in the day. And I sat down, I remember Ace was talking about how he was signed to Khaled and all this stuff, and I met the A&R who actually scouted him, and I was at a party, and I was rapping, and this dude wanted me to give a CD to Khaled during the time. This is when Khaled was, like, getting hot, and he was like, yo, I'm connected. He was like, son, you nasty, and my boy already had it set up. We were at the party. I didn't even know who he was, but my boy was like, yo, rap. So I started just spitting, and I was a little burner back in the day too. Like you say, you know, you go up and whoo. So I was in my bag. I was going in. I'm going in. He pulled me to the side. He's like, yo, I need a CD from you so I could put it in Khaled's hands. And I was like, what? Just during the time when the Runners was popping. So I remember his name is Marlon, by the way. So when Marlon hit me up, he was like, yo, I was like, look, I ain't got no CD. I was broke. I didn't want to tell the dude I was broke, you know what I'm saying? I had a sense of pride. So Marlon had connected me with the Runners, said, yo, I could get you some studio time. They actually broke down the price to like $25 an hour, which is considered cheap to most people, especially for a big name like that. It was like a hookup. But I couldn't even afford $25 an hour during that time. So I never did anything. I just gave him the runaround on the CD. And then after that, I guess he kind of lost interest. Like, oh, I guess the dude don't want it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of times I had to realize that you have to be ready. Sometimes you got to be able to put the pride aside and break it down. Like, this is who I am. Just take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? And run with the opportunity. But I took everything I've learned through that process to get me to where I am now. So that's why when I see other artists make mistakes, I'm like, well, probably been there already. So that's why I'm not making that mistake, you know? That's why I'm able to move a lot quicker than the average artist that's just starting out. You know, some of the artists don't understand the business, how to distribute, register your songs, all that, protect your music, everything. If I never got played in the contract, I wouldn't know how to protect the music. You know, do's and don'ts, how to negotiate, how to work here and there. So it's more than just the art is business. I can even go into a story when I was 17, sitting inside of Def Jam. That was crazy with the baby fat farm handles, wooden doors, everything. I went to Def Jam. I opened up the doors. I was in the office, sitting right there. And that's another story. I came late. So life has put me through this, but I noticed that every time I would go to another avenue, I would try to live like, you know, the normal life, get a job, 9 to 5. It would just never work out for me. I would either be back there writing lyrics or, you know, trying to do more music on the side, and it wouldn't allow me to do that. So no matter what I did, music always came back to me. Music always came back to me to the point where life is going to say, okay, this is your destiny. This is what you are supposed to be doing in your life. And then once I accepted that moment, everybody just started coming to me. Doors just started opening.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
You know they say like when you want shit to get done, you supposed to speak it, boom,
Yeah.
let it be, and
Law of
then
attraction.
stand still. Then it will come to you. We would just be doing too much shit. We be like, hey, up, man, be fucking shit up,
Right.
shit up. You're supposed to just sit there and just let it happen.
Just receive it.
But we matter of fact, I want you to, you know, let everybody know what do you have out right now. Like, where can they go find you at?
Woo! If you got a mobile phone, all you have to do is type in my name, really. You go to Google, because everyone knows Google. You type in Inno Combs, INNOCOMBS, and everything will pull up right there.
Okay.
So if you're in Korea, you'll have KKBox, you have Xbox Music, Amazon Music, we have iTunes, Apple Music. I'm on side, was it Deezer or something like that?
Deezer.
Tidal. I'm everywhere. So I'm on SoundCloud, I'm on YouTube. You
Any
name it,
streaming
it's probably
service.
there. Any
Yeah.
streaming service, you can stream my records. I have about 4 out now. So it took me a while, but I was able to get it out. You know, I had to handle things. But I have The Weeknd, which hit #1 on the top 40 independent artists when we released it the first week. And then I have Lights, Camera, Action that's out. I have Till the Morning featuring his other artist, Sick Day. Sick Day actually produced 2 of the records on there, which is Till the Morning, Lights, Camera. No, he produced Till the Morning, and he produced the Weeknd record.
Okay.
So he made the beats on those records. So those are the records I have out right now, and I just recently released, which is called You Got It. It's a beautiful record. It has,
I heard that one.
you heard it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt like,
That's
you know, I have to put a little bit of me. I have to tell a little bit of my story and my music, but still keep it flavor fresh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I went ahead and did that with You Got It. And I did the R&B, hip hop thing. I actually wrote that record. Another person made the beat. Then we kind of did a little tweaking to it together, and then we created it, and we did a little sing along, so you know people could see inside the studio and stuff. Check it out, man. It's on YouTube though. You know we have it on YouTube.
Okay. Okay. And what about yourself? Are you interested in if anybody have any crazy questions for you?
Yeah, if they have
Hit
questions,
you up?
yeah, they can hit me up. They can just follow me on Instagram, Terence, TERENCE, T-Rocka, TROCKA, or Terence T. Rocka Anderson on Facebook, or you can reach out to me at 407-761-7731.
Okay.
Any questions about booking him, featuring with him, or even needing help with marketing or anything like that, just give me a call. And that's even not, if it's not an artist, a business, whatever, I can do that too.
So yes. So we're gonna wrap it up for the culture today. I had such a lovely time with my guests. We have learned a lot. We're gonna throw them foes up. We did this for the culture.
For the culture.
And we out of here.
Yeah.